ramai tak kita punya viewers dekat ni?
Now we only have 25.
25. Okay, now Zoom we have like 25 participants in our Zoom as well. 25 YouTube. Okay. Okay. 4 minutes. Okay, we have another like 4 minutes left. Okay, before we start. Maybe more people will join in. Okay, let them join in first. 25. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so thank you everyone. I'm Dr. Rafida, okay, for the program manager for this Go Global. Okay, thank you for joining us. Okay, so it's already 12 o'clock. I now pass over the session to our moderator for the day. Okay, Dr. Fatin Nabila. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Rafida.
Over to you. Okay.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, and a very good afternoon. Welcome to our third Go Global webinar 2022 entitled Technological Skills and Digital Presence in the Changing World, organized by Academy of Language Studies, UiTM Cawangan Negeri Sembilan, Campus Kuala Pilah. Thank you so much for joining us for today's webinar. I'm Fatina Bila Abdul Razak, your moderator for today. Thank you so much for joining us for today. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. First of all, to all participants, please turn off your microphone throughout the session. This is very important. We are live on 2 platforms, which are Zoom and YouTube channel. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type your question in the chat box. Training hours for your ITM staffs and e-certificate for all participants will be provided at the end of the session. Links for attendance will be shared on both platforms at the end of the session as well. All slides, recordings, and documents will be shared via Google Classroom for Go Global students. Last but not least, don't forget that we will also have a photo session after the Q&A session. Please stay on for the photo taking session. Ladies and gentlemen, unlike our first 2 webinar sessions, our speakers for today are both from UiTM Campus Kuala Pilah. I am very happy to welcome today's speaker, Mr. Izzat Rahim and Ms. Siti Nordina Muhammad Ali. Without further ado, let me introduce you our first speaker for today, Ms. Siti Nordina. Ms. Siti Nordina is a lecturer at the Academy of Language Studies UiTM Cawangan Negeri Sembilan, Campus Kuala Pilah. She holds a master degree in Applied Linguistics from University Science Malaysia and a bachelor degree of education in teaching English as a second language TESOL. Ms. Dina has served UiTM for over 10 years. Her research interests include language and technology as well as applied linguistics. Now, let me introduce you to our second speaker for today, which is Mr. Izzat Rahim. He is a senior lecturer at the Academy of Language Studies UiTM Cawangan Negeri Sembilan, Campus Kuala Pilah as well. Okay, Mr. Izzat Rahim is currently doing his PhD in University Technology Malaysia. His master is in Applied Linguistics from University Putra Malaysia. He holds a Bachelor of Education in Teaching English as Second Language from UiTM. Mr. Izzat has served UiTM for over 11 years. Impressive. Okay, his research interest includes genre studies, online learning, and discourse analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, Ms. Dina will be talking about technological skills, while Mr. Izzat will be talking about digital presence in the changing world. We will begin the session with our first speaker, Ms. Siti Nordina. The floor is yours, Dina.
All right, Assalamualaikum and a very good day I bid to everyone. Okay, thank you to Dr. Fatin. Okay, all right, so first thing first, I'll be covering about technological skills. Okay, there are a few things that I would like to share with you guys today regarding technological skills. Okay, so as an overview here, there are three things actually that I would like to focus, which is hard skills versus soft skills, hardware versus software, tips for online presentations, and that will be the main focus of today's session. All right, first thing first, let's have a look at this question. Okay, you stay current with the latest technology, and are you up to date, okay, with the current technologies as of today? And what is basically technology that we should learn or that we should know in order to be equipped with the current era of technology? All right, so let's have a look at what is the definition of terms for technological skills. All right, technological skills can be defined as learners' skills that you use, okay, for computers and technologies. So as long as you are using technologies, computers, basically you have already had basic technological skills, okay, to survive in technology world. All right. So for example, you may use a computer mouse. Okay, at the moment I'm using a computer mouse as well. All right, and also you should also know how to find or search information from the internet. All right, so these are basically technological skills that you have mastered actually. All right, so just for an overview, okay, these skills can somehow be developed through times. But before that, let's have a look on what is hard skills and soft skills first. Okay, we are focusing on hard skills and soft skills in related to some basic hardwares and software that you need actually. So before we go through to the basic hardwares and softwares that you may find useful for online learning, let's have a look on what is the difference between hard skills and soft skills. Okay, well, as usual, let's have a look on the differences, the main differences between both terms. Okay, for hard skills, we can say that hard skills are learnable technical skills. You can learn these skills, okay, through courses, through training programs. Okay, for example, computer skills, Microsoft Office, data analysis, and bookkeeping. All right. So you can also say that this is a bit technical, all right, a bit technical when we're talking about hard skills here. Okay, in comparison to soft skills, okay, soft skill is personality traits and interpersonal skills that develop over time. Okay, so this is more likely about your own personality, and somehow this is a bit difficult to be taught, but you can learn from time to time as well. Not easily taught, but well, you can still learn as this reflects on your own personalities. And well, we do have some courses and also training related to polishing your soft skills as well. So some examples of soft skills are communication skills, leadership skills, critical thinking, active listening, and also emotional intelligence. Okay. All right, so coming back to these two hard skills here, computer skills and Microsoft Office here. So this is basically when you understand computer skills, basically you should be able to understand some basic knowledge on hardware and also software here. Okay, so let's have a look on what will be the differences between hardware and software. Okay, don't get confused with hard skills and soft skills. For hardware and software, okay, we are actually focusing on the computer part, on the technology part as well. Okay, so before we have a look on some examples of hardware and software that you can learn, okay, let's have a look on what will be what is actually hardware. Okay, so you can say that hardware is any physical device, okay, connected to a computer or to your laptop, that you can touch and see. For example, I have my mouse here, so you can touch and see. So this is actually hardware, and you have to somehow install or connect this to your device, to your laptop. All right. And also, yes, for hardware, it serves as the delivery system for software. Okay, for software. Unlike hardware, software, okay, software is actually a collection of instructions that enables a user to interact with the computer. You have to install software in order to run your device, okay, your hardware. Okay, so you cannot have a software alone or hardware alone. Okay, so the keyword here is actually instruction. So software programs enables a computer to perform a specific task. Okay, well, you have a user-friendly interface which allow user to interact efficiently with a computer system. Okay, for example, here we have Adobe Acrobat, Google Chrome, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Apple Maps. Okay, so these are some examples of software that you have to install in your hardware to operate the system. Some example of hardware, okay, apart from a mouse that I showed you just now, is a computer display monitor, printer, and video card, scanners, routers, modem, hard drive, okay, CPU, all right. So these are some example of hardware. All right, moving on to the next slides. This is some kind of like summary of what you can reflect upon hardware and software. Okay, so you can say that for hardware is more tangible, you can see, you can touch. Okay, for software, it is a bit abstract. Okay, you have to install in order to run the system. All right, moving on to the next slide here. Okay, so these are some basic equipment needed for online learning. Okay, I won't say that you need to purchase all of these items, but I'll just share with you some of the tools here that may help you to be well prepared during online learning. All right. Yes, obviously you need a computer. Okay. You need a computer to run, okay, to run the system, okay, to join a class, okay, to join a class. Apart from a computer, perhaps you're using a mobile phone, okay, or a tablet, okay. And also it is advisable that you invest on a good quality webcam here, because it can help you to be more presentable in front of the camera itself. Okay, but in case of, let's say you have a built-in camera on your computer, so you can just use the camera. But it is advisable that a good camera or webcam can help you out to be more presentable, okay, online. All right, so speakers, you need speakers to hear audio clips or file. For example, let's say you're attending a listening task, okay? You need to listen to the audio there. Okay, a headset with a microphone. It is advisable to use a headset with a microphone, okay? Because you can attend your class in privately, and then let's say you are actually attending a job interviews in the future, it will give you a more personal environment to you. Okay, a camcorder. Here, this is a camcorder, tripod, a digital camera, ring light, okay, for good lighting. And also you may need a standalone microphone in case of, let's say, your built-in microphone in your computer is not functioning well, all right? So you may need this type of microphone, all right? So these are just some recommendations that you may need, all right? Here, so let's have a look on next points related to some equipments needed for online learning here. Okay, just now we have learned about some hardwares, okay, that you may need, equipment that you may need for your online class, okay, or even for your job interviews, okay. Apart from that, you need software to be able to fully function during the class as well. Okay, here we have software, okay. Some software, you don't have to remember the terms. It's just for your for exposures only. Operating system is actually the environment that you choose for the laptop or computer that you're using. Okay, mostly we are familiar with Windows and Mac OS. All right, Linux. Okay, so basically these are the most common type of operating system. Okay, you can check your own operating system from your computer or from your laptop. Okay, so it is important to understand the system. Why? Because it helps you to download, okay, selected software, okay, to your computer. Okay, because some environments, some operating system are not compatible with certain software. So you should be able to understand, so-called understand your own laptop, your own computer. Okay. Apart from that is that email address. Okay, email address. Set up a formal email address. Okay, for online class. I'm sure that for you have registered email account offered by UiTM already, right? So you can use that for online class. But in case of, let's say you have you would like to do some job seekings, okay, job seeking, or later on after you grad, okay, you may need to have a proper and official email account for this. Okay, Mr. Izzat will further explain on digital present, which require to be more professional, okay, online. Okay, moving on to the next slide. This is some recommended software for productivity. I'm sure that you are familiar with some of the software that I've shared here. Okay, it's just like to go through one by one. Okay, briefly go through each, so that you may use this later, not only for our tasks, okay, or webinar tasks, okay, but also for your class as well as for your future job working experience later on. Okay, so basically we have online presentation. Okay, instead of using Microsoft PowerPoint, you can also opt for Canva, Slideshow, and Visme. Okay, for Canva, you may find that Canva is not only for presentation. You can do a lot of things using Canva. Actually, you can do poster, create poster. You can also do slides presentation and video. So you go and explore. But for alternative, Canva, Slideshow, and Visme is good in case of, let's say, you like to make your presentation stand out. Okay, because they have a template, professional templates that you can choose from. Okay, next we have online free open office suite. Okay, we are familiar with Microsoft Office suite. Okay, and in which offer you word processing program, Microsoft Word, spreadsheet to Microsoft Excel, presentation software, PowerPoint, and also email. So you have this. And apart from this, for alternative, you can also use WPS Office, which you can also install in your mobile phone. All right, so these are few online free open office suite that you can use in order to do assignments, okay, to complete some tasks assigned by your lecturers. Apart from that, we have image editing software. Okay, we have Snapseed, photo editing for mobile devices, Pixar, Adobe Creative Cloud. All right. Well, you can use your mobile phones actually to edit your image. All right. Obviously, when we go online, okay, you would like to have this professional look on your resume, okay, for job interviews, okay. So by having an image editing software, you can somehow edit and improve okay, the photo that you have now. All right, just in case to make things look more presentable. All right, for online classes, these are suggested audio recording software that you can use. All right, we have Audacity and also GarageBand. All right, in case of, let's say, you have to record your voice, okay, for any task, all right, involving video, acting, for example, online acting. Okay, so you can make use of this. All right, so you can record and also edit accordingly. All right. Next, we have video editing software. All right, video editing software, we have here CapCut, KineMaster, and Vimeo. Okay, what is so great about having an editing software is that they have a template of it, and you can just simply insert your materials, your photo, your audio files there to create an amazing video. All right, so these are some of some softwares that you may need, okay, to ace your online classes, and also perhaps to be more presentable for your job interviews later on. Okay, moving on to the next point here. This is actually some additional points related to the online learning. Okay, so we have some tips for online presentation that I think you need to observe. Okay, although we go online, it is advisable that you take into consideration some aspects to be more presentable. Okay, and also you want to appear, you want the lecturers or your friends to see you clearly. All right, so and also you want them to hear you clearly as well. So there are a few things that you need to take into considerations here. Okay, first thing first, here we have using headphones that then the built-in speakers from the computer. Okay, if possible, please use a headphone, or I'm using earphone right now. Okay, so because this will give a better sound quality. All right, better sound quality, and also if you are a speaker, okay, people can hear you clearly. All right. Next, instead of using a Bluetooth headphones or Bluetooth earphone, maybe you can opt for wired headphones for online presentation or for online job interview. Okay, because we would like to be well prepared. We do not want any distraction as you go online. All right, but for leisure, yes, you can use your Bluetooth devices, okay, anytime. Next, if you go online, search for a clutter-free background. Okay, a clutter-free background. If possible, avoid. If you think that when you go online and you see that the background is not appropriate, okay, to use or for online classes, especially, okay, please look out for an alternative. You can use a blank wall, bookshelf. Okay, in case of, let's say, you can use drapes or curtains, or if you would like to invest on green screen, okay, you can use a green screen instead, just to cover the background. Okay, all right. So having a good background, okay, give the audience more focus, and they can engage with your presentation better. Actually. All right. Let's moving on to the next point here. Apart from backgrounds, just now, please observe your lighting, okay, when you go online. All right. These are some recommendations in case of, let's say, you feels that the area or the space that you are using is actually not well lit. Okay. It is recommended that you choose an area where you can face the window, all right, because the light, you have that natural lights coming in. And also, if you do not have a ring light, for example, You can also arrange your table lamp instead, okay, and turn on your table lamp and put it in front of you. All right, but for those who like to invest on a ring light, you can do so because ring light is designed to produce the good quality light. Okay, so when you use ring light, okay, you appear, people can see you, and also I can see you. Okay, your lecturer can see you clearly, and it will affect the overall presentation when you go online actually. Okay. Apart from that, okay, this is the next one. This is the last one actually for some technical tips that you can consider. All right, so plug into your modem. Okay, using your Ethernet cable when you go online, if possible. If you think that your Wi-Fi connection is poor at your area, please, okay, use an Ethernet cable to connect your the modem to your computer or your laptop. All right, so that this will give you the most stable internet connection. So when you go online, okay, it won't be affected. Okay, you won't be affected as well, and you will have a smooth presentation from A to Z. All right, that is it for software. So it's as a conclusion, when you are talking about technology, you can use technology flexibly according to your needs. Okay, and also you need, as learners, you need to customize your learning experience with appropriate technology that you think can contribute to your overall learning experience online. All right, so when matched with the right technologies, okay, you can learn the best way, okay, the best manner, the best options, okay, to ace your online learning experience actually. Okay, so these are few things that I think needed when you're talking about technology, and there's no specific or fixed technology or software or hardware that is best for everyone. You just need to adapt and adopt accordingly. All right, so before I end my presentation, I would like to show you a short video actually related to hardware and software. They complement each other.
Hardware and software, two terms you've probably heard of at one point or another. The odds are high that you use both on a daily basis, whether it's with your smartphone or personal computer. Let's take a deeper look at what these two things are and why they're important. Hardware is any element of a computer that's physical. This includes things like monitors, keyboards, and also the insides of devices like microchips and hard drives. Software is anything that tells hardware what to do and how to do it, including computer programs and apps on your phone. So video games, photo editors, and web browsers are just a few examples. Hardware and software are very different from each other, but they also need one another in order to function. Let's look at an example of this using a smartphone. In this case, the hardware would be the physical phone itself, and the software would be its operating system and its apps. If we were to take away the software, we would just have a dead phone in our hands. It wouldn't be able to make calls, text, or go online because it's not receiving any kind of instructions. On the other hand, let's say we have no hardware, meaning there's no actual phone. If all we have are the programs, we just have a bunch of instructions, but nothing to give those instructions to. So the big picture here is that hardware needs software to tell it what to do, but software also needs hardware in order to act out its directions. Technology will continue to evolve, and though we may not be sure of how things will look in, say, 100 years, this combination of hardware and software will be there, serving as its foundation. Hardware.
With that, I thank you. Over to you, Dr. Fatin.
Thank you so much, Gina, for a very insightful sharing. So for the audience, if you have any question, you can always type in the chat box and post it through through our Zoom, and also YouTube Live. All right. Okay. So how are you doing, everyone? Still going strong? Because I would like to proceed with our second speaker. Are you ready? Let's get going, yeah? With the topic of digital presence in the changing world, over to you, Mr. Iza.
All right. Hi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good afternoon. Yeah. First of all, thank you very much to our moderator, Dr. Fatin Nabila. And yeah, I am Muhammad Izzat Rahim, an English lecturer here in UiTM Kuala Pilah. And today, I would like to talk about digital presence. All right, let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, digital presence. So every day, most of us will go online, will go on the internet for many purposes. Like for instance, we go online for entertainment, for educational purposes, to do research and many more. So whether we realize it or not, we have some sort of a digital presence, yeah? So every one of us who have access to the internet have what we call digital presence. This digital presence can be in many forms, like for instance, your email address, all right? It can be your social media account. It can be your profile picture, yeah, on your social media account, on websites and things like that. It can also be your search history. So basically what I'm saying is that digital presence, yeah, is ubiquitous. All of us who have access to internet have it. Yeah. So for today, I would like to emphasize that digital presence is very significant to us. Whether we realize it or not, we use it. We kind of use it every day. And of course, everyone, yeah, of course, we can divide it into two types. One would be our digital presence in terms of our personal life, and another one would be of our professional life. So for today, I would like to only focus on the professional digital presence, everybody, yeah, because this is very significant for us. Now, let's take a look at some key statistics, yeah. So number one, according to a survey by Career Builder, all right, a website, a company over there, it says that 70% of employers use social media to screen candidates during the hiring process. So it goes to show that not only that companies, yeah, employers, they look at our qualification, they look at our certificates and so on, but they also do some background check, yeah, online. So it goes to shows that they also concerned about our digital presence, all right? Another one would be a study by WOI and Islamia in 2019. It says that social media, yeah, our presence digitally is really critical in supporting the core functions in human resources management, such as recruitment, staffing, and termination of staff and things like that. Right. Once again, it goes to show that not only for the process of hiring, but also if you already work in a company, they really care, they're really concerned about your what we call digital presence. This is because your digital presence is somewhat is the mirror of the culture of the company and so on. All right. And lastly, the statistic is from JobVite Recruiter Nation, yeah, in 2016. They reported that 87% of recruiters find LinkedIn, yeah, a website, to be the most effective in finding vetted candidates, yeah. So from all this statistic, yeah, we can see that, yeah, nowadays people not only concerned with our physical appearance, our academic qualification and things like that, but they also would like to see our digital presence. So therefore, I think it is important for the students, especially because later you will be graduating and you will be looking for job opportunities, and as well as those who have worked, yeah, to have a very positive and professional digital presence, everybody, yeah. So those are some key statistics about digital presence. Now, for today, I would like to share a little bit of tips here on how to build a professional as well as a positive digital presence. This is based on my research, my reading, as well as my experience. All right. So the first tip, everyone, would be to build your own brand. Although you are not starting a company, you are not selling any product, any stuff, yeah, but still you as a person, you need to build your own brand. This is because you need to put all your achievement, your experience, your skills, right, into one package so that people can easily look at your expertise, look at your skills and experience, so that they can offer you maybe jobs, opportunities, and things like that. All right. So basically, for digital presence, you need to create your own brand. So how to do this is that, yeah, number one, everyone, would be to use consistent name. This is very important. Your name would be your brand name. All right. That will be your title, the logo of it. Yeah. So if you are not using a consistent name, then it will be hard for people, like, for instance, your prospective employer, your prospective clients and things like that, to really search for you, to look at your skills, experience, what you can offer them and things like that. So my first tip would be, in building your own brand, in building a positive and professional digital presence, is that use consistent name. I often say people who use like personal name, their nickname in presenting their digital presence. If this is for personal purposes, then I think it's okay. Yeah, you can use a name like Jiha, Didi, and things like that. Your friends might know who is Jiha, Didi, and so on. Your close friend might know, but not everybody would know it. Like, for instance, you are from Malaysia, and then you would like to apply for a job opportunity over there in, like, maybe Indonesia, in Singapore, and so on. So you don't want to really use your, what we call, nickname, pet name, and things like that, because it will create confusion. Other than that, everybody, if you're not being consistent, yeah, people wouldn't be able to verify whether this is you or not you. Yeah, for instance, in one platform you use one name, and in the other platform you use a different name. Like, for instance, my name is Muhammad Izzat Rahim. Let's just say in one platform I use Muhammad Izzat, in the other platform I use only Izzat, and things like that. So chances will be people will be confused whether is it you, is it not you, because out there are many people with the name of Muhammad Izzat, isn't it? Yeah. So basically, try to be consistent. Find a name that represent you, and my best advice would be to use your full name, because that is you. Be proud of your name, everyone. Yeah. So, like, my name is Muhammad Izzat Rahim, so I use that for my for instance, my LinkedIn, my email, and things like that. All right. So when you are being consistent, people will easily find you online. So that is very professional and positive looking digital presence. Like, for instance, yeah, if you were to Google my name, Muhammad Izzat Rahim, over there, you can see the search result. All right. All of this will be me, because I have somewhat created my own brand. I have somewhat been consistent in using my name over there. So Muhammad Izzat Rahim, this is my Google Scholar account. This is a website from your ITM. This is for LinkedIn and things like that. So this is what you need to try to achieve, everyone. Yeah, when you search for your name, people can easily find it. That is why you need to be consistent. That is why you need to avoid using what we call your nickname, your pet name, and things like that. And even more interesting, some of you use your idol name, yeah, your K-pop idol names and things like that, which will be okay for personal account, personal digital presence, yeah, for your Instagram with the pictures of your cats and things like that. But for professional account, professional platform, all right, like Google Scholar, LinkedIn, and so on, try to use a consistent name. All right. So that is number one, everybody. Be consistent. So by being consistent, you are actually promoting your name, yeah, online. You are promoting your name, And then when people click on it, they can see your skills, they can see your experience, they can see your expertise, right? So that they can learn who you are, what you can do, what you can offer for them, right? So that is professional digital presence. Other than that, everybody build a professional image. Now, this is very important too. What I would like to say here is that try to separate between your personal digital presence to your professional digital presence. Yes, you can have fun online. You can share some personal pictures and things like that. But then again, just like in the real world, you need to somewhat separate it. Yeah, do not mix it up. Do not mix your, do not put your personal pictures, pictures with your cats, for instance, pictures with your new car into a professional platform like LinkedIn and things like that. So therefore, try to build a professional image according to your field of study, according to your area. For instance, if you are from the art background, you have art background, maybe you would like to portray yourself as an artist, a painter, right? For instance, right? Maybe your profile picture can be you yourself holding a paintbrush and things like that. So you try to show the image of a painter to your maybe prospective client, to your prospective employer and things like that, right? You may use like suit and tie, wearing shirts and things like that, all right? So basically try to build a professional image and show it to the world, show it online, so that people know that, all right, this is, for instance, Muhammad Izzat Rahim, and this is the picture, this is the image of him, for instance, right? Another thing would be, everyone, you need to be able to know your strength and weakness. This is also important. If you know which one is your strength and weakness, then you will be able to promote yourself effectively. You will be able to create a very professional and positive looking digital presence because you know what you can do, you know your limitation, all right? You know what you can offer to people, to prospective client or prospective employer, all right? So by knowing this, you can list it out and then you can showcase it to the world. Like, for instance, if you know, if you're very good, if you're talented, if you are trained in playing musical instrument, for instance, all right? So you know that is your strength and then you showcase it to the world. You record a video, you post it on, like, for example, YouTube and things like that. But if you are from an academic background, in academia, in university, you need to publish a paper and things like that, all right? So you know that is your strength. So therefore, you publish a paper and then you share it into relevant platforms such as Google Scholar, such as Web of Science and things like that. So basically, you should be able to highlight your strength and at the same time, you also need to be able to know your limitation, all right? This is because if you do not know your limitation, people will assume that you know anything and everything. So when they offer you maybe job opportunity, they offer you some paid work and things like that, all right? And then you cannot do it. So it really can tarnish your digital presence over there because they might say that, oh, this person claims that they know how to draw anything and everything, but in the end, you only know how to draw, like, for example, scenery, not a portrait of someone, for instance, all right? So these three would be some tips, some key on how to build your own brand. Use a consistent name, my tip will be to use your real name, your full name over there, build a professional image, as well as know your strength and weakness, everyone. So moving on, everybody, will be learn and showcase your skills, all right? So I could not emphasize enough that skills are very important nowadays. So this is what has been presented by Miss Dina just now about hard skills and soft skills. So everyone, try to be the very best at something, all right? Learn the trade, learn the rope, all right? Be an expert of something, all right? So that you can use that skill to what we call advertise yourself, to offer your expertise and so on. I always say to my student that in whatever that you want to do, right? Be the best of it. If you like to, for instance, write, right? You like to write short story, you like to write songs, for instance, right? Go and do it, right? Be focused on it. Learn how to write very, very well. Learn the trade on how to do it. On the other hand, if you like to do something leisurely, like for instance, you like to play online games, for instance, yeah. So go and play an online game, be the best at it, all right? Learn on how to be number one in that game. For instance, your Dota, your League of Legends and things like that, all right? You know, your online games, all right? Talking about games, yeah. I have this one friend, yeah. Let me tell you a story. I have this one friend who loved to play online games so much, yeah, PC games. He plays Dota, Ragnarok, and things like that. So when he got to work with Asia as cybersecurity personnel, yeah, his superior got to find out that he is really good at playing like Dota, Ragnarok, and those things. So he offered him a second job, right, which would be to become a coach for the e-sport team for Asia. So you see, everybody, from your skills, yeah, from your skill, it can really open up new opportunities. It can really open up new chances for you, all right? But then again, just be good at it is not enough. So what you need to do, you need to showcase it. You need to tell the world that you can do this, that you can do that. So once again, if we relate it to digital presence, everybody, yeah, this is important to you, right? Besides having a very good profile picture, besides having a consistent name, you also need to show to the world that you can do this, you can do that, right? And it really depends on what kind of skills that you have. If you know, for instance, you know how to cook, you want to create a cooking video, for instance, right? So you create a cooking video, show to the world that you can cook really well. If you're very good in, for instance, working with big data, for instance, right? So you list out all your experience on when you deal with big data, you work with this company, that company, and so on, to show your credibility on that, what we call on that area, working in big data and so on. So basically, all right, the second way to create a positive and professional looking digital presence would be to learn skills, yeah, be good at it, and then showcase it to the world, right? Showcase it to the world. Show it to your prospective client, prospective employees, and so on, so that it can open up new opportunities for you, all right? Okay, moving forward, tip number 3 would be choose the correct platform. Well, this is important, everybody, yeah? When you go online, there are various platforms that you can like subscribe, you can create an account and join, right? So you need to know that each platform has different purpose, okay? So let's see this picture, everybody, yeah? I'm sure most of you recognize most of these logos, isn't it, yeah? So like I said before, each platform has different purposes, yeah? Like for instance, me, myself, right? I'm working in university, in academia. So when I write papers and so on, my research paper, I won't be publishing it in platforms such as Facebook, isn't it? Yeah. Because that is not the correct audience. It doesn't have the correct audience for it. So maybe what I can do would be I can publish my research paper in sites like platform like Google Scholar, for instance, like Web of Science, all right, Scopus and things like that. So that is the correct platform for me to showcase my expertise, to showcase my experience and my skills, right? So the same goes to you guys, yeah? Many of you are science students, and then some of you are from health science, engineering, and so on. So trying to find a platform that has the correct audience for you, all right? For instance, those who know how to sing, to create content and so on. So they might want to go to maybe YouTube, Vimeo, or even TikTok nowadays, isn't it? Yeah. But if you know how to, for instance, record a movie and things like that, all right? And then TikTok might not be the best platform for you. It might be something else, for instance, right? If you want to publish your stories, yeah, your short stories, because you love to write so much, all right? You won't be posting it in, for instance, Twitter because it has a limited number of words, isn't it? Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is try to find a suitable platform, all right, to showcase your talents, your skills, all right, so that people can really see your digital presence, all right? So in today's webinar, I would like to highlight one platform that is very flexible, very professional looking, and in fact, many of us actually have this account. It is called LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm sure you know this platform by now, LinkedIn. Right. So LinkedIn is a very it's quite a big website. It's actually a platform for professionals, right? Doesn't matter your area, many professionals join in, even the CEO of companies, captains of industries and things like that, they are there. So it is good if you can join LinkedIn because besides creating connection, you also can find job opportunities. You can also find prospective employer or clients. You can also showcase your skills and things like that. So LinkedIn is a very flexible, what we call platform over here. Some key statistic about LinkedIn would be number one, it has 810 million members from 200 countries and regions worldwide. It goes to show that this is what we call a global playground for a lot of people. It is not only for people in Malaysia or Indonesia or in Southeast Asia, but this is global, right? An article published in 2016 shows that there are 61 million high-level influencers and 40 million decision makers on LinkedIn. So like I said before, there are CEOs, captain of the industries, people with followers. They join LinkedIn to create connection, to find opportunities, to learn new things, right? So basically, it is very like an interesting place to learn something, to make connection and so on. And it also says that there are 77 job applications submitted every second on LinkedIn. Yeah. So besides creating connection, you also can try to find job opportunities and so on. All right. And it is also said that 6 people are hired through LinkedIn every minute. So basically, this is a playground for those who like to explore new opportunities, those who like to find maybe jobs and things like that. So what I can of the best all right.
Okay, Mr. Izzat is back.
Okay, so basically, everybody, I'm reaching to the conclusion of my presentation for today. So digital presence is important for everyone. So I have said this before, I would like to say it once again. Whether we realize it or not, whether we like it or not, we have digital presence online because like I said, every day we will go online for entertainment, for education, for research, and so on. All right. So it's best if you can build a digital presence that is both positive and professional, because you never know, it might open up new opportunities for you. Yeah. So it is not only for those who are seeking for a job, but this is also for people who are already working, who like to grow their career, who like to advance more. All right. So digital presence is very, very important for everyone in this era of technology. All right. So I guess that would be all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Izzat. I like it. Digital presence. I think this topic is very significant in today's digital world. People don't only observe how you behave physically, but also virtually through social medias and many other platforms, formally and informally. These are the things students tend to miss and only focus on their academic performance. Anyways, okay, thank you very much, both speakers. I hope you all have enjoyed the interesting sharing session. Now, our speakers will answer some of the questions that were sent to us during the presentations. So the first question will be for Mr. Izzat. Okay, So we're going to move on to Miss Dina. Okay, this question is for Miss Dina. Which one is better for online learning, a mobile phone or laptop?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fatin. In answering the question, okay, which one is better, mobile phone or laptop? When it comes to online learning, I would say that using a laptop is much better compared to using a mobile phone, especially if you are doing your assignments or you have some serious tasks to complete. Okay, you have to do online presentation and all, but you cannot deny the fact that the role of your mobile phones can also help you out, especially in case of, let's say, you are on the go, you are traveling from your hometown to your campus, for example. Okay, so you can make use of your mobile phones instead, as you are just simply listening to the lecture. So all in all, I would say that you can make use the best out of both devices. Okay, and this is to say that there is no way that you can excuse from the class, as you have your mobile phones in your hand and also your laptop, okay, to complete your assessment on time. I think that is all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Dina. I hope it will clear all the question by the audience. Okay, so we have another question for Mr. Izzat. Okay, should we separate personal and professional digital presence?
Well, definitely. All right. Like I said before, yeah, when we are talking about digital presence, basically we can like divide it into two, our professional and as well as our personal digital presence. So in my opinion, it is important if we can really separate it so that we know this one is for our personal function and this one is for our professional digital presence. All right, if we were to mix these two, yeah, somehow people will get mixed signal from our digital presence. All right, in some part we are being very serious, we are sharing about some statistic numbers, research and all, but on the other part, all right, we also shared about our hobbies, about our cooking, about our cats and things like that. So just like in the real world, all right, we don't really mix up our professional business with personal business, isn't it? Yeah. So like, for instance, when we come to work, we don't bring along our pets and so on. So I think it's important for us if we can create boundaries between these two, all right? Because the sets of audience will be different. Maybe personal is for our close friends, for our family, but for our professional digital presence, it's for prospective, maybe clients, employers, and yeah, many more. All right. So I guess we should separate it.
A very clear answer from Mr. Izzat. You should separate it. Okay. So the next question, I guess I'll go for Miss Dina again. Okay. Miss Dina, which software is better, or what are the softwares that you can suggest for the students to use for presentations and editing?
All right. Talking about software, which software to use or the best software to be used in online classes, you have to first think of what would be your operating system that you're using if you would like to use or to install the software in your computer. So that will be the first rule. All right. And next, you have to also identify which device that you would like to use. Is it your laptop or your mobile phones? Okay, so they have different functions and also different software entities inside which you have to adapt. So talking about which software, let's say, for example, let's say, is it a Canva the best, or for example, for editing purpose, perhaps, I would say that you should go and try every single software available or install in your computer and make use of that, because there is no specific device or specific software that you should use or that you can regard as the best. But it goes back to you how you use it and how you fully utilize it to make things great for your online classes.
That's all. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Miss Dina. Okay, so I think we have one more question for Mr. Izzat. Okay, there's one question here to Mr. Izzat from Dr. Amalia. Okay, Mr. Izzat, is digital presence the same with digital footprints?
All right. Thank you very much to Dr. Amalia for asking. Well, basically, digital presence, digital footprints are almost the same thing. It's just a difference in the usage of terms over there. Basically, what it means would be, it means our presence online, all right? Our presence online. So therefore, digital presence, digital footprints, it still means the same. It means that how we are represented in an online platform on the internet, all right? So it still refers to our, like, maybe email address, our social media accounts, our platforms and things like that, all right? So in my opinion, digital presence, digital footprints are the same thing.
Okay, so thank you so much for our speakers for the Q&A session. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a photo session now. Please turn on your camera. Please turn on your camera, yeah? Right. From UP, from UITM. Okay. So I guess can we? All right. So on
All
the
right.
count of
Okay,
three.
everyone.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. Wait, hold on. All right. Again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, freestyle. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, everyone, we are coming to the end of the webinar. Thank you so much for today. Thank you, Miss Dina and Mr. Izzat, UITM and UP students and staffs. We appreciate your willingness to be here with us throughout the session. Before I end the session, I would like to remind everyone to fill in the feedback form for the e-certificate. For our participants on Zoom, please stay back to listen to further explanation on the task. For the participants on YouTube Live, thank you for your time. Hopefully, we will see you again in our coming sessions. Till we meet again, Assalamualaikum and have a good day.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So now we will proceed with the task, Izzat, yeah? Okay, participants, students, and all the participants for global program, please don't leave the Zoom yet. Okay, we have another short session, okay, for the task, okay, for today's webinars, okay? All right, so stay with us. Okay, over to you, Izzat.
All right. So Assalamualaikum. Good day once again, everyone. Yeah. So to the participants for Go Global 2022 from UITM as well as from UP, yeah, this will be the explanation for the task in regard of this webinar. All right. So yeah. So first of all, just a short recap on what have you listened so far in today's webinar. Number one, you have looked at technological skills as well as digital presence. So the task will be based on these two topics for this webinar. Yeah. So let's straightly go to the task, shall we? All right. So the task, oops, sorry. The task will be this one. Yeah. This is an individual task where you need to create the LinkedIn account, right? So those of you who have not registered yet for LinkedIn account,